So now Python. Okay. First of all, before going to Python, let me introduce the programming language. Okay. Python is a type of programming language, but what actually programming language do? Anyone, any idea on this? See that let's make this class two-way communication. Okay. So you can please unmute yourself and speak. Yes. Anyone and has any idea what is programming language? Yes, Kagiso.
Yeah, I had a look at it and I was playing around with Jupyter. Um, I come from a structured programming environment, so it is nice to see that it is quite simple. I just have to get in touch with the syntax, in some of the commands. But from what I've seen, it is a powerful language. I see a lot of object orientated technology there, platform going on there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Okay, thank you so much, Kagiso. Yes, one more hand is raised. Please go ahead. Anyone else? What is programming language?
Yes,
Okay.
Gazal, from my side, yeah, it's just my understanding is well, what I'm looking forward to is to automate a lot of things, and that's making life a lot simpler. I think of tedious tasks to actually eliminate them and actually simplify them. So for me, Python speaks to that, and yeah, definitely the algorithms. I think it's going to help a lot in our business space, definitely. So where I am now. Okay, cool.
Perfect, perfect. Cool. So now, making it some much simpler. Okay. It is a programming language. Now remove this programming also. It is a language. Like we speak English, like we speak English, French, well, we speak in German. Okay, so there are so many language. Now, why we use language? We use language for interaction, right? If I want to convey anything to you, if you want to convey anything to me, so then in that case we use a language where we communicate, okay, where we interact and communicate and share the thoughts, right? Now here also the language is programming language. So here we are not going to talk with human being. Instead, we are going to interact with a machine. So when we want to talk with a machine, we want to talk with a computer, we want to talk with a system, or have we want to provide any command to system, then at that time we will be using programming languages, right? Now here when I am talking about programming language, computer or machine, any machine, okay, no, don't consider only computer, any machine. Let's take an example of fan, let's take an example of lights. They understand only two things, on and off, 0 and 1, right? Only two things, zeros and ones. This two thing is being understood by any machine, whether it is a microwave oven, whether it is a washing machine, whether it is even a computer system, a laptop, a tab, a mobile, anything. So any machine can understand only two things, that is on and off, and it is working on zeros and ones. Okay, so everything, like whatever we provide, like if I'm typing like print hello. Okay, if I want to print hello, but then in that case that print hello is not understood, because the computer understand only zeros and ones, and HELLO, that is an English language, it is not understood to computer. Then what to do? Taking this example to with the human being, if I went in any of the country where, let's say, if I went to like France, okay, there they speak French, but let's suppose I don't know French, and there when I'm communicating with the people, they don't understand English or Hindi or any other language which I understood. Okay, so how then I communicate? How then we like we there as a people communicate? There we need a translator, right? who understands my language also and French also, so that they can convert my language to those people and their language to me, right? So we what we have included here, we have included a translator, we have included a mediator which converts my language to those and their language to me. And here then the proper smooth execution of conversation goes. In the same way, like when I am talking with my computer system, if I am saying please print hello, which is not understood to the system, so in that case there comes the translators. So in programming language also translators are there. Okay, translators are there which translate our English language into machine level language, which is zeros and ones, and again in turn repeatedly zeros and ones into the language which we understood, it means the English. Even if we are writing print hello, it prints also hello, but in between the operation performs is by translator, which converts hello into 0 to 1 and 0 to 1 into hello again. Understood? So this is what the programming language works. Okay. Now for doing this, there are lot many programming languages available based on like their own features, their own specialities, okay, their own working style, their own memory space. Based on memory space, some particular program. If I'm printing print hello in Python, it may take some space. If I'm rewriting same thing in Java language, same thing in C++, same thing in any other language, there is some amount of memory space which is being taken by that particular command. So based on that, based on the requirement, the developer chooses the programming language. So here for the data science field, we have chosen Python. Why Python? Of course. See, whenever we learn something, we should know why we are doing it. Okay, if I'm eating something, I should know I'm hungry. That's why I'm eating. So, in the same way, if we are doing anything, we should know the purpose behind it. So, first of all, we know that what is programming language. Of course, we need it for data science. But now, why we have chosen only Python? There are a lot many, but why Python? Again, it is a general purpose programming language. It is a general purpose programming language. Now, I have seen that many of you have like first time doing this. You are not aware of what is programming language. You are not aware of what is coding or something. So for you, I'm taking it very simple. I'm taking very silly examples also. I know that it is so silly, but it correlates. Just now, as I have given an example of a French people and me, okay, the same examples, same type of some silly examples I'll be taking in the like all 10 sessions which I'm having, but I know that it exactly correlates. So here also again a new example for you. When I'm saying that this is a general purpose programming language, why it is general purpose, or we can say what is the meaning of general purpose? Why I'm using Python? So first of all, the answer is it is general purpose. What is general purpose now? So now, if we feel sick, okay, if I'm not feeling well, if something like my headache is there, like I'm having headache, cough and cold or something. So what we do? We go to a general doctor, general physician. I'm not going to directly to the heart specialist or skin specialist or brain specialist. My high head is paining, so just go to the brain specialist. Okay, we are not going to do that. We will be going to a general physician, right? General physician means he is able to do the like initial medicine, like Medicare for everything. Okay, if you are having, if you fall down, if you have done if you have small itching, or if you have like small burning, anything, So general physician has a primary medication. Okay. It means we can go to him for any purpose. In the same way, for Python, why Python is general purpose? Because here you can do using Python, you can go for machine learning, you can go for artificial intelligence, you can go for web development, desktop application, data science, research analysis, data visualization, anything. So Python is, that's why it is general purpose. If you take any other languages, it may be only for database, it may be only for software application, it may be only for web development, it may be only for scripting, or it may be only for networking. But here, when I'm talking about Python, Python supports everything. That's why we are using it for data science. Because when data comes to us, we don't know how it is. Okay, what type of it and how huge it is, we don't know. So that's why we are using general purpose programming language, which is Python, and it has its own features also. Okay, so it has its own features. You can see here on the screen there are so many features. First of all, it is high level. Now what is high level? It means Python is somehow, we can say, it is educated. Somehow English is understood. So no need to write any code or um, any code in different language. We write the code simple English language. Very simple. It is high level and means it somehow understand English. And that's why it is so simple, because we are going to write the code in English only. Just now, as I have told you, that if I want to print hello, I have to write the same statement, print hello. It will print. But in other case, let me give you an example of Java. In Java, if I want to print hello, it is system.out.println and Java and hello. So what is this system? What is this out? What is this println? Ln, we have to learn that. Okay, that is a technical term. But here we have to work on English only, because it understood. That's why it is so simple to write the code in Python. Next feature is it is open source. Totally free of cost. Just now you have installed Anaconda. Did you have paid anything? Nothing. Open source. Easily download, easily install, and start doing it. Next is GUI programming. So if I'm telling you to start your terminal, okay, CMD, command prompt or terminal, in that case, if I don't know any command, I cannot do anything. It will give me only an error if I don't know the command. So here only technical person can work, because it is not GUI. It is CUI, character user interface, where I have to type the character. I don't have any user ID, user interface. Okay. But in the same way, if I start Word, okay, MS Word. So here, even if non-technical person can sit, so he understood that here I can write here hello. Okay, here it can this is what GUI, graphical user interface. From here it can understand that if this is insert menu, so from insert menu, in picture is there, you can insert the table, you can insert the shapes. Okay, you can insert the cover page. Here also there is a size, font, okay, colors are given. So here, even if like kid can sit and do these things. Okay, because it is GUI, it is user interface is provided here. So in the same way, for Python also, user interface has been provided, okay, which is graphical user interface. So you can do whatever you want. Even some non-technical persons also can try doing it. Now the large standard library, as the name suggests, large standard library. Yes, Kumalo, you have raised your hand. Yes, someone has raised your hand. Please unmute yourself and speak. Okay, no problem. So, large standard library, as the name suggests, large standard library, it is actually a large feature. This is a feature which makes Python over all the languages. Yes, Dushima, you have raised your hand. Okay. So, large standard library, here again, I'll give you an example. The word library, what you understand with this word? What you do in the library?
You do research yourself, and yeah, basically search for your information that you require for any task that you've been provided. And yeah, that's basically how I see the library, and it's also put in certain order, whether it's category, alphabetically. Yeah, that's what I know about the library.
Yes.
Sometimes
Anything else?
this
Anyone want to add
you,
something?
you go to the library. Sometimes some of the source you've already gotten, you compile it together because you find a place conducive, void of distraction, and you feel you concentrate maximally to be able to put together what that which you have been able to source or gather.
Perfect, perfect. So now making it more simple, why we go to library? Are we going there to write a book, to write a newspaper, to write an article, to write a journal, to write a novel? No. We go there to read which is already available, to get a knowledge. We go there to take some novels, to take some book, to take some articles, to take some newspapers, okay, to take some research books. We take it from there, we read it. We are not going there to, yes. Yes, shall I go? Nomsa, yes, Nomsa, want to speak something? Okay. So library in the same way here also. Some books, some library, so some novels, some research books are already available. We just read it, we take the knowledge. We are not going to write the things there, right? So here also, some library, large standard library means some functions, some classes, some programs, some small program modules are already available. We are not going to write it again. So let me give an again example. If I want here in India, if I want to find out area of a triangle, okay, if I'm working on any of the project and in that project, in that organization, I got a requirement to find out the area of a triangle. So for me here in India, whatever formula I use for area of a triangle, same formula been used in any of the geographical location. If you sitting there, if for you also, if let's say whenever you are working or for that organization, if you receive the same scenario for finding the area of a triangle for any of the project, not exactly the what I am working on, you may work on some another project, but in that case also you can find a requirement of finding area of a triangle. Even third particular person, third developer who is sitting anywhere else in the on the globe, so there also what same area of a triangle. So this is area of a triangle. The formula of finding area of a triangle is same. Rather, or we can say it is not based on where you are. Some mathematical calculations, some formulas are universally accepted. So if such things which is universally accepted, which is not related to any location, so for such thing, why the developer create the code again and again. If if the formula is same. So that's why for such elements or such calculations, functions are already created. Like if I want to find out square root, so sqrt, this is an inbuilt function. No need to take the I, then I multiply by I, and then take it in one result. No need to do that. Directly use that sqrt which is already available. So some features, some functions, sine, cos, tan, trigonometry, mean, median, mode, statistics. So these are the functions, these are some features which are logical, universally accepted. For those things we have, like here in this Python, we have directly inbuilt functions. So half work is done. We have to just use it, right? So this is also a feature of Python, which is a large standard library where we can directly use the functions. Now it is expressive language because of course we have functions, where functions, classes, modules already created. Of course, then it is expressive language. Now here it is also an object oriented programming language. So object oriented programming language is something where we are working on object and classes, and it is going to be work like when you do programming in object oriented pattern, it gives you the concept of reusability. You can create a class here. Just an example here, we are having a Python class, Python programming class, and you all together 34 students same time utilizing the same screen, right? You are reusing this screen. I'm not going to take 34 times the session. I'm taking one time, but we all are reusing this time. This particular time, 32 students are learning at the same time. So I'm not taking 32 times session. Okay, so this is the object oriented programming where we have only once the object and we are sharing it, we are reusing it. So we are taking this. Of course, I'm going to take this complete concept. Okay, then after that, interpret it. Now, this interpreted means what exactly? When we write the code is not only for one line or two line. Of course, the code is so long. In real time project, of course, it is 10,000 lines, 5,000 lines, 7,000 lines, or even more than that. So Python programming, when you do a code in Python programming or in any of the programming language, once you write the code gets compiled. It means it will check for the errors. Okay, it will check for in general, in simple language, it will check for the errors. Now, in any other language, let's say the example of C++, when I do compilation, when I do execute it, that time, if I have some error, I receive all those error at once, all together. Like if I have like 10,000 lines of code, in that 10,000 lines of code, if I have 20 errors, maybe 20 errors. So all these 20 errors I will receive at one time. And then I have to search where that error is in that 10,000 lines of code. Line number 1, 2, 3, where this error 1, error 2, error 3, this. But here in Python, when we work in Python, if the error occur at suppose 700 line, okay, so it stops the execution there only and it will tell me to please remove that error and clear it. Then it will go ahead. So searching of error is not there now. It will not take time for searching the error. We have it give me directly this is the error, so clean it, clear it. And we have to do that. Okay, we have to remove that error. After that, quickly it starts with 701, 702, 703 again. Whenever again the error comes, we're stuck, it stops there only. Let's say suppose 1100. So on that line, stop. Clear this error. So our time of searching where the error is and then resolve is less. So this is what the power of interpreted language. Now interpreter means it executes the code line by line. You can write it down. Interpreter, it executes the code line by line. Okay, it stops wherever the error occur, and we have to solve that error, and then it will go ahead for the next execution. Okay, so these are the features of Python which makes it over all the languages. It is high level, it is so simple, open source, then GUI programming, library, expressive language, object oriented, and interpreted.